Hello buddy, and welcome to another part of Let's Play, Mega Man X. Last time we defeated the first 4 Mavericks, and also, info dumped a bunch of information on you guys. Sorry about that, I got over my head of trying to explain the entire Mega Man X backstory in the span of one episode, in the intro. Sorry about that. It's a good, well, mainly because there's a lot of things to explain. This is 100 years after Mega Man X. A lot of things have changed. Especially with the much more serious story and everything, and in this game trying to take himself 100% seriously the entire time. But anyways, so we have on our next on our list of Mavericks, which we will be going off of, based off of manga order, because I love the manga. Manga's pretty good. Read it if you haven't. It's just X's eyes are a little weird, but that's it. X and Zero, they have like really big anime eyes that glisten in the darkness. But anyways, next up is Flame Mammoth. Flame Mammoth is 10'5", is 10'5". Sorry. His attacks are Fire Wave, Oiling, and Jump Press. Okay, I'm just trying to find Flame Mammoth. I found Flame Stag, but that's it's close. Okay, there he is. Flame Mammoth, also known as Burning Nomander. The Fiery Oil Tanker. His weapon is Fire Wave, a weapon that burstly burns basically a flamethrower. He's known as weaknesses air and water-based attacks on Storm Tornado, Marine Tornado, and Fish Fang. The strongest susceptible to bladed weapons such as the Boomerang Cutter, by the way. Flame Mammoth. Basically because it freezes his fire, and, well, anyways. Commander of the 4th Land Unit of the Maverick Hunters, Flame Mammoth was stationed in the Middle East until he heard of Sigma's defection and joined the former Maverick Hunters leader in hopes of being able to use power granted to him by his large frame to go on violent rampages. Thanks to his incredibly arrogant personality, matched only by his enormous size, he's regarded those smaller and weaker than himself with disdain, putting him at odds with many subordinates and colleagues, most notably Chill Penguin. Sigma put him in charge of the factories of an industrial area where he planned to turn towards weapon production, which is where we first encountered with X. In addition to attempting to either flatten or stagger X with the size of Bulk Jump Press, Mammoth used his trunk to spread oil across the conveyor belt with the chamber he was controlling with his trumpet. Then he attempted to ignite it with blasts of his flame wave. Anyways, this stage also has a power press, but I'm not going to get it because you can get it later from a much cooler scene. Anyways, now one thing to explain. This is our first example of defeated Mavericks changing the stage we're in. Now, if you played Flame Mammoth first, for instance, Flame Mammoth stage would be a factory with lava everywhere and basically fully working. But because it defeated Chill Penguin, the weather control system there went haywire and spread through this machinery, freezing the entire place, covering it in snow and ice, and making it so this factory no longer works. Meaning you now just stand across this lava and just dash across it. Completely fine. By the way, up there, this area, that is where you can get the arm parts. Also, lava jets be shooting out from the ground here. But we want to dash under here, avoid those newly repaired Jetman robots, and go under here to get ourselves more health! We're getting pretty tanky, I would say. Now we want to jump over here towards this guy and follow around this top path. There's another collectible in the stage. There's 3 collectibles in Flame Mammoth stage. I know, right? And we can actually get one because we have the foot parts. Also more mets. What is the purpose of mets in construction? Over here is another sub-tank, which can break these blocks with the foot parts, like wall kicking at a very specific time, to get ourselves sub-tank 2. Pretty useful, I'd say. You know, now I am going to say one of these sub-tanks is defective. I'm not sure which sub-tank it is. I'm thinking it's probably the one in this stage? But one of the sub-tanks, for some reason, doesn't replenish full HP. It replenishes half HP. It's a weird thing, I've noticed. It's whenever I play it. When you have all four sub-tanks, one of them always heals less than it should. It was like that ever since I played the Legacy Collection. Also, these are crushers. Just warning you. Just a warning to you. Anyways, just dash past them. Over here, this area has some lava dripping out of pipes, so you just want to avoid it. And these spinning things. Also, I forgot to show off the rolling cutter in battle, didn't I? Rolling cutter. Oops. It's pretty powerful, and it bounced off walls. I guess that's the important part of it. And you can probably hit up with this guy's shield, but I don't find Rolling Cutter to be too useful in this current state. You'll find out what I mean by that later. I kind of spoiled a bit in the first part, but hey. It's not too bad. Anyways. Let's go fight ourselves Flame Mammoth. If you had the Boomer Cutter, you'd actually be able to cut off his trunk and make him preventing him want to do one of his attacks. We don't have that luxury, though. Instead, we'll be fighting Flame Mammoth as is. With the Buster only. But basically, he is an upgraded Gutsman with fire powers. He can shoot fire, he can basically slam the ground to make you fall over. He'll fire gust of things, he'll change the track. He's basically Metal Man, Fireman, and Gutsman in one. Because the track of... But he's not too hard. Honestly, you probably fight him first and be fine. Just to avoid the oil, because it does make you slow, and if he lights it on fire, it will really destroy you. And be on the ground while it hits isn't really too much of a thing, because he won't do anything. And Evader will make a move anyway. Boop! One shot. Haha, defeated by a tiny bullet. You use your size to intimidate and attack. I use a tiny bolt to kill you by piercing your heart. Down he goes, and now we win the stage! Yeah! And with it, we get a flamethrower. I'm not kidding, we get a flamethrower. Flame Flave. It's literally a flamethrower. It shoots right in front of you. Anything that's in front of you dies, but if it's not in front of you, you miss. Anyways. Alright. Wow, we're gonna fight Storm Eagle last, really? Because next up is Boomer Quanger after Launch Octopus. Because yes, we're fighting Launch Octopus. But first, before we go to that, stage revisit! Because in Chill Penguin's stage, you also show off the flamethrower. Shreds everything in your path. Pretty good weapon, honestly. Even, I will not be going back, by the way, for that part, because we were getting it naturally through the story. It's a required part. But yeah, it's a pretty darn good weapon. I won't say when, but yeah. These parts are pretty long as those guys. By the way, just letting you know, Chill Penguin was basically intended to be fought first, by the way, out of all these. No! I'm alive! Ha! Now I want to jump on this ride armor, instead of breaking it, jump on top of it, and do that! Because now we can use our flame weapon to break these and get ourselves a heart container! You can also break that to get some more energy, but who cares? Escape unit! But yeah, I just want to show that off. Alright. So next on our list is Launch Octopus. I forgot to read his specs. And it's basically just, I tactically press the thing. Oops. Well, the most you miss is this Launch Octopus, me saying Launch Octopus. Anyways. So, yeah. Oops, sorry about that. The book basically fell and pressed exactly, and I mean this, when I say this, exactly on the cancel button, which is period. I have all buttons to fall on. Why the period one? Why not, like, anything on my keyboard? Any of the period. Alright. So, Launch Octopus, also known as Launch Octopold or Octopardo, the military general of the deep. His weapon is the homing torpedo or the marine torpedo, depending on the translation. It has no weaknesses rolling shield because it basically breaks his internal buoyancy system. He's also weak to Boomerang Cutter, which cuts off his tentacles, and the Tri-Thunder, which we don't have. Although a member of the 6th Naval Unit Armada of the Maverick Hunters, it is believed that Launch Octopus secretly held disdain for the very humans he was charged with protecting. Instead, he would rather have used his strong military acumen to prove himself as an elegant artist of underwater combat. As one of the first to join Sigma's uprising, Octopus was tasked with attacking and taking over cities built on the ocean and blockading their trade routes with his marine mech handler fleet. However, Hex was deployed to stop Drop Anchor on Launch Octopus's activities. He would later do so again on the Goose Island during the Erasure incident. I can say that because we've already done the game. Anyways, but yeah, we'll go over more of Launch Octopus later. Alright. I already showed Flame. But fun fact about Flame Mammoth's thing, it won't work underwater. It'll just shoot a little flame, a tuft of flame in front of you, being completely useless. Pretty nice detail, I would say. Also, X is the same thing with the buoyancy underwater, basically having lower buoyancy. Ooh, god. Now here's the thing, I don't have the weapon I usually use against these guys up ahead, so it's gonna be interesting. These mechs are called... Oh, by the way, those bee enemies at the first stage called bee bladers. These are called Anglerja. So, basically, they have many weapons. They have little eel missiles, a little spotlight they'll use to shoot a laser, which I destroyed right away. You'll know when they're about to use that weapon because they'll do that. They also did the rolling thing. I just basically blew a hole through its thing. Also, storm sting as well. Cover the spikes. Those little pufferfish enemies will eat you and basically shoot them or jump at them, but they don't really do damage. I'll just showcase that they can jump at them. Ow. They also have a unique death animation, which I think is cool. We should take extra damage to the sting weapon because, you know, pops them. Okay, never mind about the rolling shield being useless. It's just really strong. Physically. Yeah, it's really strong physically. Oh my god. Okay, never mind about this thing being useless. Holy freaking jeez! Sorry about calling this weapon useless. Oh my lord! Rolling shield doesn't work. Anyways, you can jump up here for a little thing that has nothing there, but just a 1 energy. It's kind of useless, but hey, it's fun. It's fun in the show. Now, the thing that you really want to do is jump up here and jump up here to go to our next mini-boss. This one being Cruiser. You can use your fire wave on it to burn it to the ground. Just light it on fire and destroy it, causing it to blow up and sink into the ocean, but breaking through a huge line of spikes and platforms to reveal a secret area under the waves. And under here is a bunch of spikes and platforms leading to another mini-boss. This is an Utoburos. Utoburoses are kind of like snake creatures that will swim around and basically attack everything that moves. Okay, you can't really. It's a good weapon to defeat them is the E-Spark, along with okay, this is pretty dangerous for me. They also have a pretty good sprite, by the way, for the time. You can also attack their tail in order to damage them, not just their face. Okay. You also jump through their segments in order to jump up them. If you're really jump high enough, basically, just think of it like climbing on its back. Get up on my Hydra's back! You know what? Just use the egg mustard. The best weapon to destroy this guy with is the Storm Tornado. Is it perpendicular with these? Thank you. Alright. Then his head will basically decapitate and the rest of his body will explode. Drop the hitch. Ha! Because over here, down here, is not what you think it would be, like unlike Mega Man X Command with the Erasure instance, because instead it's a heart container. Now we have almost equal to our weapons. Pretty darn good, right? Especially for this boss. This is honestly, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game. Launch Octopus. Who's coming up right over here? But first, we have another Ouroboros battle. Ouroboros. Or Utoburos. Sorry. I thought the T was a U with an R for a second. This one will dig into the sand and a lot of things, but just shoot it and you'll just die. Yeah, I won't even do any damage. Or if I were to hit the tail instead of his head. Actually, no, that's better. Now, this one can dig into the sand. It's not choosing not to, apparently, but never really showed off its own ability of digging into the sand and coming up on another place. Huh, neat. But down it goes. I'll probably fill up the east part. And let's head to the boss. With half HP. Oh boy. Sting Chameleon is a... no, Sting Chameleon. I should call him Sting Chameleon. Sting Chameleon is probably one... but anyways, it's probably one of my favorite names from him. But anyways, Launch Octopus. Probably my favorite maverick from this game. Design-wise, but actual boss-wise, the best way to defeat him is with Buster Shots. That tornado move, do not get caught in it. You will be draining your energy. So, don't get caught. Best way to use a charge shot is when he's, like, after you land the tornado. Most of the time you just want Buster. He also was apparently good enough to be actually put on the cover of the Japanese of the American and Japanese version of the box art. I'm not listening to my own advice, am I? I'm just taking so much damage. Anyways, boom. Eat this, Launch. They have literally fought all of these guys and know all their timings by heart. Also, apparently, X breathes. That's a weird thing. Did you see those air bubbles? They're coming from his lungs. Well, metaphorical lungs. He doesn't really have any. You got Homing Torpedo! A homing missile. You fire it out, it homes, and then hits the target and explodes. Pretty useful. Next up on our list, we are actually going to Boomer Quanger, but first, let's go after Sting Chameleon. As a fun fact, Sting Chameleon actually has something for us again, because now that we defeated Launch Octopus, we've kind of caused some flooding in the forest. Yeah, forest flooding. Also, I just noticed we can teleport into leaves things, like, the flicker, where our leaves fall. Because, yeah, the stage is now flooded. There was 3 paths in the area where we chose between the, going up to get the body piece, or nothing. Going up there, but you can also slide down here, and see this. This is a little platform. You cannot get there, well, you can get there, but it's very hard to get to this heart tank. Very easy to do when you actually have the water out, but it is possible. It just requires the shotgun ice. Anyways, we now have a lot of HP. So that's... Okay, so we have to return back to Spark Mandrill's stage. Armored Armadillos later. We don't need to return to these two. We don't need to return to you. We will need to defeat you and you, basically. So first, let's defeat Boomer Quanger, a member of the Shinobi unit. I'm pretty sure. Boomer Quanger, also known as, well, alias Boomer Quanger, or Boomerang Quanger in the, this is his other name, the Space-Time Jumper. His weapon is the Boomerang Cutter in the Deadlift. I forgot to read their bios again. Anyways, no weakness is Howling Torpedo. Cool, logical, and analytical to a point of nihilism. Boomer Quanger was a swift-moving maverick who was modeled after a stag beetle. Boomer Quanger was initially part of the 17th Elite Unit, where he served under Sigma until the Allies' uprising. After reaching the conclusion that going maverick was not only logical, but interesting, Boomer Quanger took command of the tower that loomed over the east side of Able City, working to make a fortress out of it. When X encountered the old friend and expressed his hesitation to battle, Boomer Quanger mocked X for balking at the promise of such a fun and a rare and fun fight. But he did respect the Blue Hunter's untapped potential. Boomer Quanger also has a cousin named a brother named Gravity Beetle. How do Reploids have brothers? I don't know. At the same time, in the same production line, having similar DNA souls. I don't know. But yeah. It's interesting that Reploids can have brothers. It's unspoken how they happen, but it happens all the time. There's twins. My guess that brothers happens basically because they're created by the same creator, or they're like on the same like production line, you know, or like made to be brothers, kind of like counterparts. I don't know if that's the way to say. Anyways, those raising turret things are annoying. I hate fighting them. Use the homing torpedo. They make short work of those things. Also, fun fact of those Sniper Joe enemies, they actually have a cut thing. If you remove their shield, they'll start hopping at you and basically throwing their thing. Now, you can't actually access this in-game naturally, but it is still in the game files. Also, this is a turret defense system as long as you're sliding. Yeah. As long as they're not there, they won't activate, but if you slide through them, they'll shoot you. There. Yeah, 4 hits and it's down. I mean, actually, when I'm talking about being useless, it's one of the best weapons in that game for damage. Anyways, up the spike thing we go. Because yes, all these are into-death spikes. Just warning you. Be very cautious. Also, we have equal health and ow! I forgot where the last sub-tank is. Give me a moment. Oh no, I remember where they are. I remember where they are. I'm being dumb. It's a very simple location. How did I forget that one? It's like one of the most iconic moments in the game for me. Because it brings back memories of my grandma's house. Because yes, my grandma used to own Mega Man X as well, along with all the other SNES games like Super Metroid and everything. She didn't get me into my love for Mega Man X, she just owned Mega Man X. My love for Mega Man X came from X4 when, because my brothers owned X4, and then, well, yeah, that's history. Yeah, for Christmas, on the original PlayStation, and then also with X5. Over there is the hard tank. We cannot get it yet. We need Boomer Quanger's weapon or a special piece of thing we cannot get yet. I'll use the homing torpedoes. Why not? Oh, careful, they're getting crushed. It's very much innocent death still. Dr. Light has not worked out that stuff just yet. And there we are. How to fight Boomer Quanger, Space-Time Manipulator. Because yes, he manipulates space-time by warping around everywhere like he gave a little kid sugar, and then told him to spin around 20 times. He's very weak to the... He is basically Cutman 2.0. If you gave Cutman a teleportation system. He's also very weak to the Buster. He's a lot of damage from it. He doesn't have the defense to take shots. Though if you're... remember, if you're... now, like I said, if you're dashing, you actually do extra damage. I think it's like 2 extra points with a charge shot. I'm going above him. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh god! That's a deadlift, one of his moves. Wow, 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 wow. Stop teleporting! Stop it! Oh god! Okay, roll. There we are. Predict his teleports, and oh! Okay, stop it. Gut shot! Ouch! Shoved it into his gut and blew it out. And there goes Boomer Quanger, and we can get a lot of things. Basically, Boomer Quanger's weapon is the upgraded version of the Boomerang Cutter. You got Boomerang Cutter! He shoots up in a circle. Let's see if the specs still work. Yes, they do. Long Octopus, height 7'8", 7.80 feet, weight 348 pounds, attacks the homing torpedo and the energy drain attack. Boomer Quanger is height 7.93 feet, weight 206 pounds. Boomer Quanger in the deadlift, which is where you slam through the ceiling. And anyway, we ended on my favorite Maverick in the franchise. Well, actually not in the franchise, what am I talking about? In this game. Sorry. in this game is the titular Storm Eagle. Okay, that's past him. Past these guys. There's a lot of S maps, by the way, just to warn you. A lot of characters with S. It's like a thing like a oh my god, I'm still scrolling. There, Storm Eagle, Prince of the Skies. Weapon is a Storm Tornado, and his weakness is a Chameleon Sting, because it damages his wings. Maverick though he was, Storm Eagle carried himself with nobility and power. The Great Raptor was once a Maverick Hunter who commanded the 7th Airborne Unit, and was popular with the soldiers he led. When Sigma went Maverick, Storm Eagle rose up and challenged him to battle. He was unfortunately outmatched, and thus forced to reluctantly submit to his servitude under the Maverick leader. Whether Maverick or Hunter, Storm Eagle was a sky under the sky. His most fearsome weapon was his motive ability. When Storm Eagle was aloft, X found it difficult to even hit him with the X-Buster. He frequently enjoyed hit-and-run tactics and diving attempts to spray from his slot. Just as he was hunting a rabbit, the Storm Eagle was a steady opponent on the ground. He was Storm Eagle weapon to blow opponent off their feet and right off the edge of his normal battle with the Death Row Gummer. He's got the air with large wings, kills cause lose their footing. But yeah, he was also reappeared during the Mother Computer simulation. I feel bad for Storm Eagle, because Storm Eagle never really wanted to be Maverick. He, well, again, was actually fought Sigma and lost. Also, over here is flammable material, light it on fire. You know, just well, just some HP with that. Anyways, Boomer Cutter. Boomerang. I forgot to get the items with it. And we'll get the rest of the items when we do. Why? Screw you. Anyways, I'll get the rest of the items when we do. When we showcase off what happens if you beat Storm Eagle stage. Anyways, there's something we want to do. Get on here and dash jump off the top of and to the left, and you get yourself a heart. Yes, it's one of the hearts. There. Also, technically, you don't have to do this. It's entirely optional with these things. Oh. I just want to showcase models are cool. Oh my god! No! No! That is the most I've ever died in Storm Eagle stage. Ever. Every time it's going to show up these things I've never shown before. I've really gone. Anyways, just more HP. Airport 1001. And break that thing and ride this thing up by standing on it and blast through this glass wall. Yes, because and then shoot the crap out of this Maverick. Blow up the glass and you find yourself a sub-tank on the other end. Yes, we now only have one sub-tank left in the game. Also, you notice we're missing 2 pieces of armor still. That's because one of the last pieces is actually in the stage. Because we found flame mammoths, which we didn't grab on purpose. So... I forgot to read Storm Eagle's bio, didn't I? Anyways, over here is just an extra life. School. Oop. Dash jump off this top pillar, and get yourself a bit of fuel tanks leading into an underground area, where another Dr. Light capsule hides. Here, I'll empower your helmet. With it, you can crush special blocks, ceilings, with a headbutt, and see what's past them. Behold, the worst part of the first armor. The helmet. Pretty cool looking, but it only can break certain ceilings. Which, by the way, we've already encountered every single one in the game already. Although it does have another use, in Sting Chameleon stage with the rocks falling down, if you have the headpiece, you won't take damage. Pretty cool. That's a pretty cool detail, and the only use, practical use that it has in this game. Other than, you know, collecting. because we've already seen everything, because it mostly being broken with the flip piece. Anyways, I'm not sure if by bug or by anything, but anyways, keep dash jumping and make yourself onto the ship that was seen at the beginning of the game. Yep, the same ship. Blow off its turrets. I've never actually seen the turning animation before. And slide down this back part of the ship to reach some health and a weapon and everything. Also, there's the power core back there. Huh, I wonder what happens if I go inside of the ship and blow it up on the inside. By the way, really unique way of going inside of the ship. Jump inside of the thing that was dropping things for and blow it up. The entire thing. Kaboom! And now we'll start falling out of the sky. I think we're still raising up, but... Anyways, there's Storm Eagle, who is now like, wow, you blew up my ship, X. And now it's time to face off against Storm Eagle. One of the easiest bosses in the game. I'm sorry, Storm Eagle, you're so cool, but you are so easy, even easier with your weakness. He was the only weakness, boss weakness in the game that not react from his, when hit. Not get, like, stunned. So this game added something new where basically Mavericks will react to getting hit with a certain weapon. Anyways, there's a Storm Tornado. It basically doesn't do damage, but it'll just push you off a cliff. Unlike your Storm Tornado. The Storm Tornado on X is a weapon of mass destruction on par with the Metal Blade. Yeah, like I said, this boss is one of the easiest in the game. Just watch out for the Storm Tornado. And down goes Storm Eagle. Kaboom, I blocked the flag. Storm Eagle in the manga basically betrays Sigma at the last moment, basically destroying his own ship, and basically, I think, yeah. But yeah, as you see, this thing is starting to fall out of the air quite rapidly, so let's get the heck off this thing. You get Storm Tornado! Yeah, that thing is a long beam of wind, and it shreds everything that it touches. And I mean everything. Also, because we feudal the Mavericks, hey Zero! X, I found Sigma's hideout. It's a massive fortress. It's time to begin our counterattack. Also, we also get that Mega Man X symbol instead of it's replaced by the Sigma symbol. Anyways, we have some collecting to do. First up, going to Spark Mandrill stage. Because we have a heart piece and a, also to showcase this. You wonder where Storm Eagle's ship crash landed? Yeah, it crash landed into Spark Mandrill stage. Instead of the stage having all these electrical balls everywhere, instead the power will go out occasionally and turn back on. But there will be no things hurting us. Anyways, over here, there's an E-tank. How do you grab it? Well, the boomerang cutter, of course. Grab it, jump in the air, hold down, and bink. Now I also want to fill up the... Before we hit the Sigma, I do want to fill up our E-tanks, because we do want to. Trust me, you do. Also, we just need one more E-tank, which is, we already know the place. And the best way to, by the way, to charge your, sub-tanks, your hard tanks, well, the best way to charge your sub-tanks is the gallery, but we need to go back to Boomerang Pointer stage. Because yes, you do need Boomerang Pointer's weapon to get his own harpies. There is another way to do it, but I'm just going to do it like this because I am not going for the arm cannon, even though it's not canon. Yes. Even though the arm cannon is not canon, I'm showing it off anyway because it's a cool little detail. Because the enemy remembers that enemies, are dead sometimes. To certain enemies. Ha! Ooh, like that. By the way, homing torpedo is one of my favorite weapons in this game. Okay, that fills up one of the sub-tanks. Mega Man X music, man. Though I would say this, Mega Man X is not my favorite in the franchise. That would belong to my favorite classic NES one, or SNES Mega Man X would not be the original. The original is freaking amazing, but I like 2 a little more. 3, I would rank it honestly my favorites is probably 2, 1, 3. 1 is a freaking masterpiece, honestly, of gaming. But I just like some of the additions that 2 had, and it has some of my favorite robot master designs. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. Actually thinking about it, I do like 1 a little bit more than 2. I just think 2 is basically more 1, which is pretty good. Anyways, use your boomerang cutter and get yourself your final E-Tank. And now let's also showcase off Storm Tornado. Yeah, I think things are overpowered. Also, let's go over to Armored Armadillo stage because we need to die a lot. I'm gonna go be right back to just showcase to grind my E-Tanks and see you when we get it. By the way, you want to destroy this thing really fast, the mole. Go right behind it and use the flame weapon. Flame thing. It'll shred this guy. Boom, he's dead. Already. And get these 2. You want it? I already recharged my energy to full, so I'm good. I'm much better at Mega Man X, by the way, than regular Mega Man, by the way, from Puppet's Hell. Now here's where you want to die a lot. Fall down here, blow up this guy, as you can. I want to showcase the rest of the stage because this is actually pretty important. If you want to get the super secret weapon, step over here. Oh, I just realized I can't get it. But I do want to die here once, though. I realized I can't get it because I'm missing the arm piece. Okay, this will count, at least for one of them. You just want to grab this thing. Okay. Basically, it's up there. You need to die a couple times in order to get it, but yeah. Alright. So, without further ado, you got everything? You got everything from every stage? Also, I read your thing bio, right? Storm Eagle, it's 8 foot 20 feet, 20 feet, 275 pounds, and his weapon is the Storm Tornado and diving. There also is no marker on the map for that. Anyways, let's go into Sigma Stage 1. Let's divide and conquer. Follow my lead, X. Yes. Pretty cool sprint animation. Anyways, welcome to Sigma 1. One of the most iconic stages in the entire game for me. I used to always get stuck here when I was a kid. Because this always would end when I played at my grandma's house. I would always get stuck and then shut the game off, and I didn't write passwords down or anything, so I'd never be able to beat the game. I did own the game at home on the X Legacy Collection. God, that game got screwed horribly. I'm just gonna say that, if you know anything about the Legacy Collection. Well, also, by the way, don't be afraid of using special weapons. Your weapons recharge in between each stage, like what is it called? Okay. It's like Mega Man 7. Basically, your weapons will recharge, so don't worry too much about it. Just get to the end. And there we are. Just use your weapons if you want. They're pretty useful. You can look at it. Actually, get out of the way. Get out of the way. turn that enemy into a literal pile of nothing. Head up. Okay. And up here... Vile! Stand back! I'll take him out! Stand back! I'll take him out! But I can't! I need to fight with you, Zero! Oh, that doesn't sound good. Head over here and... Zero's been captured! X, obey my orders or Zero dies! Don't worry about me. Just fight! Confident, are you, Zero? X, sure you've gotten stronger. But you're nothing to my right armor. Bring it on! He enhanced his right armor, if you can tell by the darker armor scheme, and he still doesn't have it. Oh, I just realized I'm using his weakness. Oops. Anyways, let's burn him alive, burn him alive, burn him alive. Something's not right here. He's supposed to be dead by now with all that flashing. Is it Storm Tornado? Uh-oh. We've been defeated, but Zero broke free of his containment. Your opponent isn't X. It's me! And Zero self-destructs. Or overloads his Buster, depending on which version, depending on what you think. And blows up in half, destroying the right armor. What an idiot! Did he really think that would work on me? It's just you and me now, X! You break free with full energy. What? There's still that much power left in you? Soon I'll grant you the privilege of dying. In vain alongside Zero. Prepare yourself, X! Yeah, Vile is a piece of work. Anyways, equip yourself the Rolling Shield. Vile is, well, again, the War Machine. He'll basically jump around, fire stunning shots. He'll also fire bombs from his knee. Vile is, again, a War Machine. Vile is equipped with so many weapons on him that it would make the average U.S. citizen blush. Coming from an average U.S. citizen, yeah. Just to go over a list of Vile's weaponry. You're back. His body has this many weapons. He has an affinity for shoulder cannons and bombs, but he also has a paralyzer shot. One basically is an instrument at the top. Flamethrowers. Give me a moment. Okay, 45 different weapons. Arm cannons, shoulder weapons, and leg weapons. Each are divided into 9 weapons. Give me a moment. I'm going to explain them all really quickly. So, he has Vulcans. Vulcan cannons, basically shooting freaking bullets. He has missiles that he can shoot from his arms. He has rocket. He can shoot his fist out like a rocket. He can shoot cannon blasts. He can shoot lasers out of his cannon. He can shoot cutters out of his cannon. He can shoot napalm out of his balls. Just balls. Flamethrowers from his knees. And he can also use right armors. He is a freaking tank. You also, I'm just gonna say this, get weapons from enemies, including the ability to actually, well, get a weapon from Chill Penguin in the remake of this game where he's a playable character. But yeah, without further ado, let's fight him and kill him once and for all. This is for Zero! Kaboom! And down goes Vile. You'll never see him again. They won't be seeing him again. Anyway, we won't be seeing him again, to quote Boba Fett. But anyways, Zero! You've become much stronger, X. He's also bleeding. Oil from the... But, Sigma, his power is unfathomable. Take my Buster. That's my dying request. If you master it, you can... Oh, what was the quote from Zelda? Master using it and you can have this. You might have an edge. Later, X. Don't spy on me. Also, Reploids do have an afterlife called cyberspace, by the way. Zero! And we get ourselves the Armbuster parts. Why does Zero have the Armbuster parts? I don't But yeah, you'd also find a Flame Mem stage gets slightly different dialogue, but you can now charge to a third level of charge shot. Is it useful? Not against bosses it isn't, but yeah. We now can also, here's the better part of it, and why I mentioned that I thought Rolling Shield wasn't too good. You can charge every weapon in the game. Yep, every single one is now chargeable. For instance, Homer Torpedo now fires the little things that he fire that like when he's with his tentacles. He also bounce like crazy from this area. Zero! You can charge their Buster Shot up this thing up to create a huge wind tornado. Use the E-Spark to create 2 lines of lightning. Use the Cutter to create 4 energy cutters to slash everything up. Well, okay, never mind. Slash everything on screen. Use the shotgun ice to make an ice sled. I want to be very sparing with this. Make a ice sled, but yeah. Use the Sting Chameleon's weapon to make yourself invulnerable to all damage for a little bit, including spikes, but at the cost of a timer. But anyways, it's time for a boss rematch. Get out your homing torpedoes and prepare to face up against Boomer Coinger, which, by the way, I forgot to mention his weakness. It can track him in subspace. Basically, just fire some torpedoes, fire a torpedo, and wait for him to teleport, and just stay on the wall and keep firing torpedoes. That's how you defeat Mr. Boomer Coinger. Oops. Here it is. Sort of showcase against it, but anyways, kaboom. Yep, easy with a weakness. That's why I don't use weaknesses most of the time. It's too easy to defeat him. Anyways, now you want to really charge up with Shotgun Ice, because up next is a really hard boss called well, you'll find out what it's named. Again, one of the ways this weapon is absolutely stupid powerful is it also has a lingering hitbox. You can also stay out after you shoot it. Okay, that's full on energy. There we are. So, what's our boss for this time? Equip yourself the Shotgun Ice and you'll find out. I'll show up the other one soon, after we go to Mr. Armadillo. But anyways, here's Boss Spider. That was a movie he wasn't supposed to use yet. Anyways, Boss Spider. Shoot him with the Shotgun Ice. It'll do much damage to him. He's not supposed to be doing this as much as unless they nerfed him in other things. This is back like when I first fought him as a kid, like AI. Did they change his boss pattern? This is like I'm fighting like my original PTSD boss. He does not use that attack as much as he should. Just basically follow the lines and you should be fine. Dash before you shoot to do most damage. Okay. There. And use the Shotgun Ice sparingly. Okay, you'll be on the side. So I want to try and hit him with the actual sled. There we are. I won't do much more damage, but hey, it's still cool to showcase. This sled, by the way, is in the shape of a Chill Penguin, by the way. Ah, I wasn't able to show it. You broke it. I'll showcase it in another stage. Okay. My brother still struggles with this boss to this day. My older brother. Okay. Get out. If you meet him playing Mega Man for decades. Well, for a decade, but anyways. Actually, no decades, 2 decades. Anyways. Boss Spider goes down with a nice Shotgun Ice to the spine, into the giant glowing pain pot. Alright, there we are. Yeah. Also, very originally as Boss Spider. So, let's go to our Armadillo stage and actually get the thing. So, be right back. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going to showcase weapons. Anyways, I already showed you Flame Weapon. I have not shown you. This one's honestly the weirdest one, because it actually nerfs the weapon, honestly, with the arm parts. Because what it does, basically, you shoot it out and basically shoots like a little flame pillar that will chase until the end of time. It literally will never end. But it kind of nerfs it, honestly. But then you can't just hold it down forever. Another weapon to destroy those things, by the way, is the Storm Tornado if you're facing back in front of it. Next on the list is Rolling Shield, my favorite one. Here's why I said it. Rolling Shield makes a shield around you. Any enemy that dies in one hit of the Buster and any like bullet will not hurt you. And it'll last indefinitely until it hits an opponent that takes multiple hits. Pretty freaking good. Sweet. We are basically invulnerable forever. But until it hits like an enemy that takes multiple hits. But alright. Alright, I'll be back when I die like 5 times. See ya. Basically, after grabbing that thing, you just wanna after that enough times, hey look, what's here? It's how's the sex? Here, I shall grant you the Hadouken! Yep, the Hadouken. This is the final upgrade of the first armor. Hadouken! We charge our fists, and if you do the Hadouken motion, and you're at full HP, you now have the boss killer that kills all things. Hadouken! Hadouken! Anyways, I suck at using Hadouken. I end up getting hit all the time, so I'm not the best person to use it. Anyways, without further ado, let's continue onward. Wow. Okay, why is there a freaking bus moving through the neighborhood? Anyways, like, it's like 3 in the morning. Anyways, oh god, it's 3:24. Anyways, alright, so, let's face up against Sigma. Sigma Phase 2 is basically you carving through Sigma's base. After we, lost our good old friend, we're basically heading through Sigma's actual main fortress at the entrance. Well, secret entrance, to really say. Basically put it in the back door. Now, the actual reason they give you the Buster parts here is because you literally need them to beat the game if you want to go Busterless. Also, that's what happens when you shoot things. It is good, just not as good against bosses. Okay. The reason why is it does the exact same. Anyways, use the flame weapon. That is his weakness. It breaks these things instantly, and you can light them on fire. You get burned. Oops. Sorry about talking too much, I'm just kind of lighting Chill Penguin on fire. Okay, and the rose was green. Anyways, there he goes. He's been torched. He also won't recover HP, mainly because the enemies in this game love to drop HP in Mega Man X. So it isn't as needed. Anyways, blow that guy up, because we don't have a rat on our own, and get in this guy's rat armor. Steal it for ourselves. Oh, and the right arm is blown up, so get out of it! Get out of it, X! The enemy was invincible. It's invisible. I literally could not see it. Game. Anyways, there goes the right armor. You know what? I don't know why I didn't go for the ladder path. Get it? Ladder. Ladder. Haha. Anyways. Grabs your chameleon sting and get ready to face off against. Well, against Sting. Well, not Sting Chameleon. Against Storm Eagle. We also call him Storm Owl as another character. We'll meet very much later. I miss you shooting him. Storm Eagle is very weak to his weakness. Boop! There he goes. Three Mavericks down. 5 to go. Why am I using the chameleon sting against these guys? That is the weakness of the boss. Anyways, meet Rongda, or Rongda. Basically weak to the chameleon sting. It's basically a wall full of eyes and other crap. You just want to blow up each eye with the chameleon sting and the nose. Destroy the nose last. Trust me, you'll thank me later. I guess that the weakness is that because, well, I mean, you wouldn't want something poked through your eyes. And think, if you, well, those spikes at the bottom are instant spikes, but after you defeat the boss, it will, you know, destroy him because the boss destroyed. Hey. And there we are. Now, one last stick. I never use that. I can show it off a bit. Because now it's boss rush time. Same as Wily 3 in the original Mega Man. We have this. And there goes the Hadouken. It was every time. Well, there goes the Hadouken again. Alright, let's see. It's Storm Eagle, I know that. Oh, not Storm Eagle, it's that. Armored Armadillo. Again. I want to showcase the Hadouken! Let's not get it though. Hadouken! Alright. Okay. And of course I hit him, it was the moment that he was defeated. There it is! One-shot kills any boss that it hits. Hadouken! But I suck at using it. I want to showcase with actual E-Spark. Because this is what happens when you actually hit it with E-Spark. Its armor falls off, and it's now vulnerable to all damage, and you can no longer absorb your shots. You can still roll around, but yeah. Far cry from its previous predecessor. Killed mid-air. Wow. He is Storm Eagle. The Armored Armadillo. Some extra energy up there if you want it, but I don't. Yeah, I think I know who this is. This is Sting Chameleon, or Chameleon. Yeah, Sting Chameleon. Well, fun fact about those of the Mavericks. Have you ever heard of Mega Man Mega Mission? It was a card game that released around the Mega Man X series, which basically canonically revived all the previous Mavericks and yeah, and gave them new forms and little story. It also is in the old X1 through 3 art style, which I really like. The games went from a way more of an anime art style later, but X1 through 3 had a really good art style. Anyways, over here, I think you know whose boss this is, because actually I don't. I think this is Flame Mammoth. Nope, it's Spark Mandrill. Now you will see the term what has been so coined in video game terms as Spark Mandrill Syndrome. Literally, famously, Spark Mandrill sends him out if you time it right. Okay, it's still being used today. That's how famous this cheese is. Literally didn't even move. Used one attack. Which I could have easily avoided if I just learned to time things. Actually. Do that. Shred these freaking enemies. Actually, I do want that for the E-Spark. Get it, pop it. Anyways, let's showcase off the Boomerang Cutter against this guy. Because yes, Boomerang Cutter works pretty well against him. Because Boomerang Cutter can cut off his tentacles. As you see, reacting. 3 hits, and boom, there goes his tentacles. And you can also use the charge shot of this to become immune to... Okay, never mind, you can't become immune to missiles. But now he'll only use missiles. He can no longer suck, he can no longer shoot those secondary missiles he has. He instead just uses regular old missile spam, which actually makes it really easy to beat the boss with. Because you just spam regular shots and he literally can't hurt you. Other than if he jumps into you. Then we have Flame Man next. Also over here, you're supposed to use the Chameleon Stain to get over the spikes. Though, you could always use the Boomerang Kawanger's weapon. And there it is. Alright, let's cut off his trunk. Now showcase another cool strategy. Also forgot that this guy is not affected by his other weakness. Alright. Cut off your trunk, and there it is. Now he's a little piggy nose. Now he can only fire, now he literally can only fire, fireballs and jump. He even can't change the track. He basically really shut down his boss fight. And he's dead. He's been decapitated by a giant gust of air. He's literally roll the metal off his face. I jumped on it before it exploded, hopefully. And he's through here, and we'll face off against our final boss of this area, not Sigma, but D-Rex. He is weak to the Boomerang Cutter, not that weapon. Oops. Boomerang Cutter. He'll actually use E-Spark against you. Like this. Ow, I think this was electricity. Anyways, also do that, which really freaking hurts. Okay, you gonna dash me? Okay, I'm really hurt. I'm gonna use an E-Tank. That's not an E-Tank. Okay, there's the one that doesn't kill the full. You have the wrong weapon? Oops, I missed. Ow. Oh, I'm sucking at this guy. As you can probably tell, I'm really bad at fighting D-Rex. Die! Anyways, get out. I'll be back filling my HP. Because we're about to fight Sigma, so I'd rather be at full HP. And Lemon Cannon, so be right back. There we are, we're full HP. Let's head up into the boss against Sigma. Jump across, make sure to jump across occasionally because there's little slugs that come out. You could charge, I'm just saying I have done this, charge your sub-tanks on them. Recommend you don't. But anyways, up here. Sigma warps in. I'm very impressed you made it in here, X. I wish we could fight, but sadly my pet won't allow that, you see. After all, I've entrusted him to deal with with traitors. I do hope from the bottom of my heart we can do battle, X. Anyways, meet Velgarder. Velgarder is extremely weak to shotgun eyes. And Velgarder basically jumps off the walls, uses fire, shoots electricity balls, and you just gotta keep shooting it and it'll eventually get dead. He's also very weak to the Hadouken, but everyone is. Ow, screw you. Explode. And now it's time to face against Sigma. This, well, impressive, X. This must be why Zero was counting on you. As per your wishes, I'll meet you in the ring. You shall regret standing against me in this afterlife. Regret standing against me in the afterlife! There we are. Sigma. If I can read Sigma's bio. Velgarder doesn't have a bio, by the way, just letting you know that. Anyways, because I checked. Anyways. Yeah, I checked. Anyways, Sigma. Sigma has also a lot of stuff on him, but I can read a bit. Sigma. His, yeah. Any human or reptile born in the depths of the Maverick Wars would never believe the inscared of the strife. Sigma began life as a strong and compassionate leader. But X and Zero once served under the tyrant, working as unit to root out this whole dangerous behavior when reptiles began going Maverick. Sigma was built and designed by Dr. Kane, and his highly advanced system was supposed to be immune to all viruses and glitches. But the rest is history. He became a Maverick, and he, well, tried to conquer the world. I can't say two more, because if I do, I will be saying spoilers. So, give me a moment to find this form. This form is the original Sigma. Designed by Dr. Kane to be the most advanced Reploid to date. Advanced structures incorporated into his original body in order to prevent Sigma from going Maverick. This is the body which Sigma originally led the Maverick Hunters before ultimately going Maverick himself. He is also a freaking Jedi! Armed with a beam... actually, I'll read it one a bit. Armed with a beam saber, Sigma could deflect attacks with his blade as well as strike with enough power to leave a brief afterimage of his slash. The form of Sigma was capable of tremendous leaps, his vertical leap was high, and fast enough to look like a teleportation, and his horizontal wall jump could carry him one side of a 13-meter room to the other side while gaining enough height to ascend vertically at a rapid rate. With a sudden downward strike or reverse spite for anyone who tried to dodge beneath him, for attacks out of his immediate reach, the jewel in his head committed several blasts of energy in a row. On his weapons X had to hand on him, his body proved most susceptible to the energy spark. But yeah, this is Sigma's original form. You'll see what I mean by that later, especially with certain things. But anyways, E-Spark. Dodge! Basically, gimmicks to this boss that you want to do, jump out the walls, wait until he lands below you, jump down, do that. This is the easy way to beat him without, like, the Hadouken. Ow. Sometimes he does that, and it's cheap. It does a lot of damage. Whoop! I'm about to eat a Sigma to the face, so I'm charging my energy. There's the energy blast, that the aforementioned energy blast from his face they mentioned. And last hit. Kaboom! Right in the middle of the stage. Funny enough. Just hit with an energy spark to blow him up. Here's where things get difficult. He's been decapitated and becomes a wall! AKA, becomes Wolf Sigma. Wolf Sigma. When X defeated Sigma in his original body, his head detached and joined with a large yet incomplete wolf-like Reploid in a final bid to rid himself of the Hunter. The giant wolf was being instrumental in the Maverick's design for world conquest. Its construct was integrated into the palace itself, and apparently tying its own life support function to the main systems. I won't read the rest, because it's all detail in the attack. It is only weak to two weapons. A fully charged X-Buster shot, which does 1 damage, and the rolling shield. Basically, what you want to do is jump up on his hands when they go down to basically swat you. Also, this thing does a freaking boatload of damage. I'll just say that. If you're not careful, you can die very easily. Case in point. Okay, heal up. You can kill him very quickly with this, but he can kill Ya very quickly. Use the platform sparingly, because again, he can shoot projectiles out of his hands and also throw them at you, which is pretty dangerous. But I can get it. Other than that one thing, which basically is more or less because he's kind of stunned. Alright, and down goes Wolf Sigma. Hey, with only using 2 E-Tanks, nice.
Impossible for me to have been done in by an insect like you! Why? Why have you defied me? We could have begun a new age for Reploids! By the way, I'm basing it off his X4 voice, you couldn't tell.
Anyways, here's my preferred voice for Sigma. Anyways, and as we see, Sigma's castle explodes.
Though his real voice is more like this, actually.
But anyways, more kind of like what I do with Draco. But anyways, Kaboom goes Sigma's castle. The war is over, and peace shall return at dawn. However, those who fell in the darkness of night shall not greet it. X's lonely shadow is lit by the light of a fire, and at this moment, it too seems like it could vanish. Why must he fight? With no answer and little rest, the Mavericks will strike again, and X will be drawn into the fated battle. Maverick Hunter X, who refused to shed his sympathy. How long will he fight in agony? Maybe only the X-Buster on his arm knows for sure. I forgot how good this series was. And that's the end of Mega Man X. Mega Man X is one of the best games of all time. What else can I say? It is literally one of the best games of all time. Considered by many to be amazing. It's great. Great world building. Great, like, you know, it's set up with a story. Like set up as in quotes of a great story, as in, like, you know, like a simple one. But still, an interesting story, I should say, which then spiraled into a full franchise. Because yes, Mega Man might be the start of the franchise. X is where it's basically the canon event. X is where everything beyond begins. Because the class series really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is Dr. Light creating X. In the grand scheme of things. X is created, leading to Reploids becoming more and more human over the years, to the point where humans and Reploids may one day be the same. Where they're just people. There is no Reploid and human, they're just people. Yeah, it's a really cool moment of Dr. Light's, well, vision coming true. But we'll have to fight for that. It ain't gonna be easy. There's gonna be a lot of fighting on it, bad. But we'll make it. We'll make it.
Vile.
Sigma. 0. Rest in peace, 0. And you, as Mega Man X. Or just X, because Mega Man X was entirely a thing fabricated in the West. Yeah. Honestly, I like X. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this. Is a personal thing. Even though Zero was intended to be the main character, I think X was a great choice for main character. I like X as a character. He's a really good one. He's a person who fights, but because he has to, not because he wants to. He fights in order to end fighting as an entirety. And he's very, calm, very, well, not calm, but you know what I mean. Basically, it's along the lines of a quote from Babylon 5. Never start a fight, always finish it. That is X. And he kind of gets, and I'm just going to say this as a bit of a spoiler, he kind of gets shafted for another character later in the series. And it's really sad, because I love X. And in the first 3 games, showcase that in such a good light, and then later games slowly put it to the wayside. Well, until X6, until they fixed it. But anyways, wait on the screen for a little bit longer, because there is a secret in the thanks for playing screen. Unless I can press something, or I just repeat that. There.
What you defeated was not my true form. That machine was nothing more than a temporary vessel.
What? Sigma's still alive?
I'll rise like a phoenix from these ashes, X, and I'm looking forward to the day we can meet again.
And that's the end of Mega Man X 1. Next time on Let's Plays, we're gonna head to X2 and beating one of my favorites in the series. See you guys then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.